Real estate agents, I'm going to show you an exact strategy that I use for my real estate clients to help them produce a ton of content utilizing ChatGPT and other tools like CapCut and video editing software to make immense amount of content that doesn't feel plastic, can actually help you build a great relationship with your audience that of course grows you more business and helps all of your different marketing campaigns in just a few easy steps. If you don't know me, my name's Jarvis. I run Jarvis Media Consolidated. We help real estate agents create content and become the most viewed agents in their market. There are links down below if you're interested in some stats here as well. But let's talk about specifically how we can utilize these different tools. So if you're not utilizing AI right now, you're a little bit behind the curve, but that's okay because a lot of people are using it in very, very limited fashions. We're only going to talk about one specific way to use it here because I want to keep it really dialed in on one great takeaway that you can use for your business. But there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize this tool. And what's something that's really great is that AI is designed to be user friendly. So we're going to use ChatGPT as well as CapCut, a very simple video editing software which you can download for free to turn easily made content, very straightforward content, into a language and a history of our voice and the kind of content that we talk about to help us build other marketing campaigns. So let's jump in right now. I'm going to share my screen and show you what some of this can look like. So first we're going to start off in CapCut. Again, this is a free software and I'm doing this on the desktop, which I always recommend to do because it's just a little bit more intuitive. You don't have to try to cram as many buttons in, such few spaces. So let's jump in here to this strategy. So first things first, I'm going to take a pre-recorded video. And this is just me talking to the camera for about 60 seconds about a topic that I think would be interesting to my audience. Now, I have other videos that walk through exactly how you can do the same thing for yourself, but essentially all that I'm doing here is talking about different things that I've noticed real estate agents struggling with and answering that in a simple question. Now, what you can do for your audience is that you can actually utilize the questions that are most frequently asked, or whenever you work with a new client. What are the issues that always come up, or the things that people always are wondering about, or the unknown unknowns that a lot of times first time buyers, or even, people buying their second or third home or selling their home, whatever it might be, these questions that they're going to run into. And you, as the real estate expert, you have the expertise, especially relative to your market, to answer those questions and help them have the best possible transition from selling their home to having their home sold or buying their home or whatever it may be. So all I did was film a video right here talking to the camera. You can see right here about this issue, and I'll play a little bit of it here. Home sellers work with real estate agents that are their family or their friends or referrals from their family or their friends because there's a level of trust there. So this is just, again, a quick video that's very simple. Now, obviously, you can go ahead and edit this in. What's nice about CapCut is that you can, trim it down, have it start right as I'm talking. I can take any like long segments here that are, like spaces where I'm not saying anything, and I can even just like, use this tool to cut it up a bit, all that good stuff. Now, this is, again, that's video editing. That's from another time, but I just wanted to show you that there's great, really easy to use video software out there that can help you make content very quickly. Now, again, this is just this quick video. What I would do after editing all of this, and if I wanted to put in any like images, I could just drag those in on top here. But again, this is how we use ChatGPT. So what I want to do is take this video, let's say I'm done editing it, I've done everything I wanted to do, and now I just want to make some captions. Well, now I can go over to the captions option right here, and I can go down to templates even. Now, this is a pro feature, I believe. I think there are captions that aren't pro features. I think like this, for example, is a free one, which is a little bit much for me, but I'll use it just for this example. I can select that and just hit generate captions here. Again, I believe that is a pro feature. It costs like $10 a month. But if you don't have that, then obviously you can write this out, or honestly, use your iPhone. You can really just simply utilize your iPhone in a lot of this content and put it in notes, and just like have like do a voice recording and then turn it in like the notes app, or I'm sure there's a version of this in other non-Apple phones where you can just have the transcript right there. And then you can just import it, and so you don't have to pay for the feature. If you're really avoiding that $10, there are many ways to get the actual transcript from the video. So that's not too much of an issue. Now, if we go back to the screen share here, so you see now it took all of my captions and automatically generated that. Now, again, if I was really being picky here, I'd probably move that up a little bit and then all this stuff. But I'm not really too focused on editing this perfectly right now. This just has all of my text right here and everything that I'm saying. So after I've edited the video and I have this concise topic that I'm talking about, answering the specific question, providing value to my audience, Then I would go ahead and export this, right? So now if I wanted to export it, obviously you can export the video and you can export the captions. I think this is also a pro feature, but again, if you already have the captions from an Apple app or whatever, stuff like that, you can do this. Now, I would not have my face be like that, of course, but for this example, I'm going to unclick the video and I'm just going to export captions here. So it's going to be a text format. And so when I export this, it's going to happen immediately because it's a very small file. I hit OK, and now I can just go down to wherever I exported that to. So here would have been my downloads, right? So I have this file right here. If I open this up, this is just the transcript from my video. Now, again, you can use other sources that are free to do this, or if you pay the $10 for CapCut, which I think is totally worth it, then you can just do it this way very efficiently. But now I have these captions. Now, what's so cool about this is that these are my real words. And I think this is so big because people will use AI to write a whole thing for them. This like write a marketing email where I tell home buyers in Nebraska why they should buy a home now while interest rates are whatever, right? And the problem is you're going to get a very plastic response and you can update it. I mean, one of the best things about ChatGPT is going in and constantly tweaking these things to get a better response. However, I think it's way better to build a brand off of your own voice because real estate agents are a commodity. There's 1,000 agents in every market. So let's not just do what everybody else can do. Let's put our own spin and our own voice in this and actually generate copy using ChatGPT, but also our own voice, our own tone, and things that are relative to our brand so that we can build an audience that actually wants to work with us, which at the end of the day is the goal here. So I'm going to go back to screen sharing. So we can take our transcript, which is our real words. And this is great because you're already making videos anyway, which is really important for most real estate agents out there. But then we can go right into ChatGPT, right? So I'm going to start off with a brand new thing here. I'm even going to put this out of the way. And I'm going to say, actually, you can use this dictate feature, which is just nice if you don't want to have to type everything, which I really like. I'm going to say this. I'm going to upload a couple different versions of transcripts from videos I've recorded for my social media. I would like you to take these different transcripts and build a library of my voice and tone and my brand as I respond to these questions to make great content for home buyers or sellers in the area. And I want you to be able to build this library so that you can create content in my voice and in my style for different marketing campaigns. Feel free to ask me a couple of questions that will help you fulfill this goal. See, now what I've done there is first I've dictated it, which is nice. I don't have to type that whole big thing. And I've given a lot of different things for it to focus on in particular there. Now, what's nice about that is if I've given it all these different things, it's just going to give me a better response. And that's why ChatGPT, it's so underutilized when people just say like, do this one thing for me. Right? We want to give it more context. We want to give it as much information as possible to do the best possible job for us. So once we're able to do that, we're going to get a much better reply. And more importantly, I like to ask for those specific, ask me a few questions about this to improve your response. Because then you're allowing ChatGPT not to just go off of what is there, but it allows it to say, okay, cool, well, to do an even better job, I need to know this, this, and this, right? And so that way, you're not limiting just to our response. We're letting ChatGPT kind of control the narrative so that they can do a better job, which is just another huge advantage is that ChatGPT can make you better at ChatGPT. And as a real estate agent, we're trying to improve our efficiency and save as much time as possible. So that is a great thing that I love to recommend agents to do. Now, just as a quick note, I did have to quickly re-record this because it just didn't go through. Sometimes you dictate it and it just doesn't actually come up, but this time it did. This is basically the same prompt here. But so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the upload button, and it's gonna come up with some questions. It says, great, I'm ready to help you build a powerful personalized marketing library from your transcripts. Before you upload them, here are 3 key questions that will help me write with your voice and create highly effective marketing copy and emails. 1, who is your ideal client in Nebraska? In this example, I said I was a real estate agent in Nebraska. Are you mainly speaking to first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, downsizers, investors, rural versus city clients, or luxury buyers or sellers? Knowing your core audience helps me tailor tone, urgency, and messaging accordingly. Okay, great. That's fantastic. So I will just first answer this question. I don't have to answer them all in one, right? So I'm going to do this right here. I'll say, In response to question 1, my ideal client are luxury buyers and sellers in Nebraska, as well as move up buyers. I'm looking to target real estate buyers who are in a higher commission realm for my business so that when I get these leads, they are going to get me a better commission check and help me grow my business more. Please wait for my response to questions 2 and 3. So I go ahead and upload that. Hopefully it goes through. Okay, great. That time it did work. So I'll upload that. And then it's going to say, perfect. That makes sense. Yada, yada, yada. I'll wait for your responses to the next 2. So 2, I can scroll back here and say, what was this first one here? So what tone or persona do you want to consistently portray in your marketing? Friendly and approachable. I can even say all this like, here's what I'll actually say here, right? I'll say, in response to question number 2, I don't want you to go for a tone or persona. I really want you to take the transcript of my own language and find whatever balance between the options that you portrayed here that you think best is exemplified in my normal voice. I really don't want to create content that is too different from how I normally present because I really want this to be authentic to my brand. That's just a good example here. Hopefully that will go ahead and work. And if it doesn't, I will just redo it. Again, you can type this and avoid that. I still think it's worth it, even though sometimes it does this where it just doesn't show up. I still like to actually dictate it. I find it still faster. So let me say this again. In response to question number 2, I would rather you not go for a specific tone or persona and instead just take the transcripts that I have and try to make a field of reference so that the messaging that you make in the future is very on brand. I want to be authentic. I don't want this to feel like it's not me writing this copy. So we'll see how that works. Okay, cool. That time it worked. Go ahead and upload that, and then it's going to ask me for question number 3 next. It'll say, cool, that sounds great, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Got it, my authentic voice captured, as is for my transcript. Still waiting on question number 3. Okay, cool, and we'll do this last one. And what's nice is that you only have to do this once. You can build up this memory so that you can just constantly upload as you're making more content. And what's nice is that, again, we like tools that we only have to set up once, right? Or tools that need very little maintenance, because if you're building out this whole thing every single time, it's not worth your time as a busy real estate agent. But if you only have to build this once, then it's super helpful and something that can be conducive to any agent's busy schedule. So, what is your main goal for the marketing content I can create from these transcripts? Let's say, long-term trust building and more inquiries from buyers or sellers. Oops, and I pressed the wrong button here. So that's like a voice mode. It's slightly different, so I don't want to do that. I'd rather just do the dictate. And lastly, in response to question number 3, my main goal is to get more inquiries from buyers or sellers and also build long-term trust building with my database. That way I can build for the future as well as try and get some clients in the more short term. And so now that it knows this, it has some context as to what we're trying to accomplish here. And it's a little bit more on our side, understanding what we want it to do, which can be really, really helpful. So now it's got this whole breakdown. It's like, cool, so this is what I'm going to do. Summarize what we're aiming for. The ideal client, luxury and move up buyers or sellers in Nebraska who lead to higher commission deals. Tone persona, 100% authentic, drawn directly from how you speak to in your videos. Primary goal, generate more short-term inquiries while also building long-term trust with your audience. Fantastic. This gives me a perfect framework. Once you upload the transcripts, I'll extract your voice using your phrasing, rhythm, emphasis, and how you explain things, tag core themes, common topics, yada, 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 reusable content blocks and frameworks that can be turned into emails, captions, hooks, etc., all in your own words. Go ahead and upload the transcripts when you're ready. Okay, so I paused it quickly because I wanted to upload some transcripts that were actually from a real estate agent, not the video that I had, which was a little bit different. It was me talking to real estate agents about their social media content. So I wanted to do that quickly, and I just used clients a couple of transcripts, or a few transcripts from their videos to understand it. Now, I'm going to upload these. The only interesting thing is that that agent is not in the Nebraska market, so it might be a little bit wonky. Obviously, when you're doing this, you won't run into that problem, but here's really cool stuff that they're pointing out here. So step Step 1, voice analysis and messaging themes. From your transcripts, here's what stands out in your natural voice and communication style. 1, your voice is direct and informative, grounded in practical advice, clear and analogy driven, focused on guidance over hype, professional but not scripted. That definitely sounds in line with the client that I uploaded here. Key messaging themes that are consistently showing up. Timing, market is tricky, preparation is power, focus on what you control, reduce objections before they happen, use metaphors to educate. Number 2, start of your messaging library, the voice bank. Here's a small preview of the kind of reusable building blocks I can now start creating based off of your content in your authentic voice. So here's great. So educational social posts based on timing the market. One of the most common questions I get from sellers is, should I wait for the market to get better? Here's the truth. The timing the market is a gamble. Interest rates shift, inventory changes, but what you can control is how well your home shows up and when buyers are looking. Prepare it right and you'll attract serious offers no matter what the market is doing. That's fantastic. So that is very, I mean, that really sounds just like what this client ends up recording. For the sake of their privacy, I'm not going to end up showing it the exact video that are videos that he's talking in that we use the transcript from. But then also, you said some examples of like actual social post, a marketing email, reusable call to actions lines, like don't try to time the market, focus on preparing your home to win in any market, or smart prep today is what gets you strong offers tomorrow. That's great. I mean, I would use a lot of that if like that was my main tone here, right? That I wanted to show potential buyers that I'm here to help, or sellers that I'm here to help them set up so that they can sell. Now, the agent I used is talking all about, targeting specifically sellers. So a lot of this is going to be seller heavy naturally. But that's perfect. That's a great catchphrase even for him to use in a lot of his content. Um, what would you like me to do next? Start building a marketing copy library to upload more transcripts, create a few ready to send emails or posts using the existing material and starting point, generate a checklist, lead magnet guide, or whatever it might be. So again, it just gives me so many different options and starts to build this voice bank. Now, ideally what you want to do here is you want to take this and you want to start building it so that when you're making content, when you're writing things, you're uploading it in here so it's a constant database. Now, what's cool is that if you go to ChatGPT, over in the side here, this little panel, you're gonna have this little saved memory, right? This little like chat over here. So like if I'm not sure exactly where it is, but if I like pulled away here, right? This is a saved thing. Now, I think my memory is full, so that would be a little bit of an issue because I have tons of things over here. But if we're actually like looking to build something that we can use over and over time, what you probably want to do is build your own custom GPT. Now, what's awesome again is that ChatGPT can help you do this. And a custom GPT is really just building out a function inside of your ChatGPT that is designed to do a very specific purpose. So that really helps us because then we can just jump in there and be like, hey, I need you to, build me an on-brand email about this like particular thing or this update in the market, or even create me a social media script in my own words that talks about this new issue. And that helps you save time in the content ideation phase, a phase that a lot of agents get tripped up when they don't know what to talk about. So what I want to do here actually is actually ask it to make me a custom GPT. And I'm going to type it just so I don't have to re-say it, just in case it goes a little wonky again like it has been. This is great. I would love to create a custom GPT for making marketing copy in my own voice using the transcripts I have uploaded here as well as future ones. And I apologize, of course, that alarm goes off right here. As well as future videos or future transcripts. Um, cool. So then it's going to tell me how I can do that. Awesome. Building a custom GPT that writes marketing copy in your own voice is a powerful move. So here's how we can do this. So step 1, build your voice messaging library. Define what kind of GPT you want to create, all this kind of stuff. And then, so here's where I could say this. Here's what I say, basically it's telling me all the different steps I need to do. Let's say, can you walk me through the steps for creating the custom GPT for email copy first? Can you do this for me even? Let's see this. Absolutely. I'll walk you through the process, yada, 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 step by step. So here's what you need. To create a custom GPT, you'll use OpenAI's GPT Builder, which is simple and guided. You'll need a ChatGPT Plus plan. So this is something that would require money. That's good to know. And you're going to have to name it and all that kind of stuff. So obviously, this is something that you'd have to pay for. But even if you don't need to actually pay for that, what you can do is you can still have it as this window right here, again, which will show up on the side here, your most recent chats. Like I think actually, even if I pull away, and I go over to like a different thing, if I go back, I think I can get back to the actual post that I had here. There it is. So there it popped up right there. So you can constantly get back to what you're doing and everything like that. But it is something that you're able to kind of build in here by itself. Okay, there we go. It was a little hard to find. But so now we have this whole thing. It even has all the different actual code here. Or sorry, it has the prompt here for me to put in the GPT if I want to make that. So obviously you can do that. It will cost money, but what you're able to do also is still have it over to the side here and have like a basic thing. You'll see here, I even have this section right here, which is called Hormozy text. I really like how Hormozy makes really punchy, really to the point posts. And so what I actually do here is I take transcripts from my videos. I have this GPT right here turn it into, and this isn't a custom GPT. This doesn't cost any money. This is on my personal plan. I also have a business plan, but this is free right here. And I literally just like upload my transcript and I say like basically, here's the next one, and I can upload the actual transcript here, and then it's going to make me that version that's kind of more in the tone of Alex Hormozy. Again, this is a different thing, but I just wanted to show you as an example. Like once you have it in here, you don't need a custom GPT. You can basically get all the benefit of like it knows what the job is, and I can just plug it in there and get that. So now I can say even like say like make me an email campaign. In this tone with the past transcript. And then now you can see you can even do all this in that same tone. So again, what's really cool is that you can build the custom GPT and that is really efficient. However, even if you just want to have it for your own need here, like for free, and to do that to help you create content and to keep it in your own tone, that's really fantastic. And what that can do is save you a ton of time and really reduce the amount of friction to make content. So really what you can build here is a whole function to create a whole email thread, a drip campaign. You can then upload content to make it for a social media post. And what's nice is that then you can consolidate everything so you have a constant flowing marketing plan so that your social media copy, your email going out to folks, let's say like text campaigns, even like taglines like the sell your home, like spend time in the beginning, whatever that catchphrase was, allows you to save a lot of time and to keep all your marketing kind of on par with your brand and your voice, which really helps you build an authentic audience and helps you nurture these people who want to work with you because they like you and the value that you provide, not because you're like every other agent there just using ChatGPT to write all of their stuff for them. So I hope this was really helpful. This is by far my favorite way to use ChatGPT right now, but I'll upload other videos that can show how to use it in different ways that can help boost your marketing and get you better bang for your buck, save you time, and grow your business.